What's up, team? It's David, your head coach at Cliffhanger Academy, and today we're going to give you another ankle mobility stretch that you can do, or a joint mobilization, as we would say. And we're going to be using the wall again. This is a great one to do if you have problems getting down in a deep squat, if your lunges are a little bit compromised, where you can't get your front foot flat. And remember, you're feeling just some of that tension, particularly through here, or if you have any knee pain. So remember, when we talk about our kinetic chain, we're talking about all these things that are in line with one another. And so the kinetic chain starts at the ankle, and then it goes into the knee and the hip. And so you have to remember, these three joints are all wanting something different. The hip wants mobility, the knee wants stability because it doesn't really move in this big circular motions, it only flexes and extends. And then the ankle wants mobility as well. So when you have compromises in one, say mobility compromises in the ankle, you're gonna feel some stability issues in the knee. Same thing for the hip. We sometimes think we have tight hips because we sit all day, but honestly, it could be coming from having mobility issues or stability issues in the knee, or mobility issues in the ankle. So this is one of my favorite ones to do. So we're gonna do, team, we're gonna get onto a wall. Again, this one doesn't matter as much if you have a crown molding area mount, just need something flat. So we're gonna stand up, team, and what we're gonna do is you're gonna find a nice little space where you can barely get your knee to touch the wall without your back foot coming off. So right there, I feel a little bit of tension through the calf and the fascial tissue, and the ball of my heel starts coming off. So I'm gonna test that out again. No, right there, I can still touch with no problem. Notice the ball of my foot doesn't come out. I'm gonna slide back a little bit more. Okay, almost there. I'm gonna slide back just a little bit more. All right, there you go. Now you can see, as soon as my knee touches the wall, the ball of my foot has to come up in order to accommodate that. So while we're going through some flexion of the front part of the ankle, and then you're gonna feel it, particularly for me, I feel it, the extension or the stretch here in the back of the fascial tissue. So what we're gonna do, team, we're just gonna do anywhere from like 10 to 20 reps. You're gonna inhale here, so we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, big diaphragmatic breathing. Breaths. I want you to make sure your chest is proud, your core is engaged, your shoulders rolled back. And I'm gonna inhale, take an inhale here, and exhale, just tap the knee. One. Inhale, exhale, tap the knee. Two. Notice I'm not crunching over at the spine. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. So notice I'm just barely touching the wall, trying to get my back heel, the ball of my foot on the heel, to stay down. Now you notice as you do these progressively, you're gonna have a little bit more, it's gonna get a little bit easier and a little bit easier. And basically as you end up doing it, by maybe the 10th or 20th rep, depending on what you're going for, you should feel that you can actually touch the wall without having the ball of your foot come off. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky, team. We always have asymmetries or imbalances as part of being human when you're basically older than 10 years old. I'm gonna have different mobility from my left to the right, and let's just test that out. So if my foot is about here, yeah, probably right about there is the spot where it starts coming up. So now I'm gonna just try to put my left foot there, knowing that my ankle mobility is not as good in my left foot. I'm gonna try to touch that wall, and oh my gosh, already right there, as you notice, team, the heel starts coming up, but I still have a good 2 inches before I can actually touch that wall. So this, I'm gonna have to put my foot in a little bit more, and I would say there's the spot right there. The reason why I bring this up, team, is before you switch from one side to the other, make sure you line your feet up so that way you can see which foot needs more mobility practice, what foot you're more asymmetrical in, or you're more unstable, you have more instability in. This is one of the things that's gonna show you, like, hey, I gotta work on that side. Because remember, the more asymmetrical and imbalanced we are, team, the more likely we are to get injured. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. So you gotta make sure that you're checking this out from side to side and seeing which one. Now for me, again, you just saw it there, I have almost a 2-inch difference. Why? My left leg is definitely my stable leg. It's the leg that I surf with going forward, the leg that I snowboard with going forward. Now, it's not a horrible thing. I just need to know that I need to spend approximately 20% more time working on mobility for my left ankle, which if we're doing 10 reps equates to 2 reps, or if we're doing 20 reps equates to 4 reps. So team, make sure you're doing this one for working on your ankle mobility, kind of fascial tissue in the calf mobility before you do a workout, or you can do this actually after you work out as well. But notice it is a dynamic stretch, so you can definitely, so I prefer doing it before to get those ankles warmed up for any kind of athletic activity, pretty much any kind of workout, particularly if you're doing anything that regards powerlifting with cleans, deadlifts, and squats for our ankle mobility drill.